Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rick Godley alongside Mr. Walker Alford. He is to my right, to your left. We are at All Hours Fitness in Ruston, one of 13 facilities. We thought we'd take a little time, get up close and personal. And Walker, I appreciate the time this morning.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Appreciate you being here.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. I wanted to start, you ever see Field of Dreams?
I did, many years ago.
Yeah, well, you know as well as I, people think, even with fitness goals or business goals, that it's an overnight sensation. However, there always has to be the journey of the 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So in Field of Dreams, this quote always resonated with me, and I feel it will with you. And it's when Kevin Costner was talking with Terrence Mann, and he said, "You once wrote, there comes a time when all the cosmic tumblers click into place and the universe opens up for a few seconds to show you what's possible." Does that resonate with you? And when did that?
It absolutely does. And this will really surprise you, but I'm 58 years old right now, and the fitness bug hit me when I was 14 years old. And I started racing motorcycles at that age. And I noticed real quick that the more fitness I did, the better I did in motorcycle racing, which was my only concern was winning motorcycle races. And the more fit I got, the better I did, the more races I won. And I literally, and it wasn't just fitness, it was nutrition as well. You know, all my buddies back then thought I was a crazy person for going through the drive-through window, and they're ordering double cheeseburgers, and I'm asking for grilled chicken. They didn't even know what grilled chicken was back then. So I literally caught that bug when I was 14 years old, and I never lost it. I jumped on the wagon at 14, and I've never fallen off.
Well, stay there, because 14, as best as I can recall, I'm a little bit further down the interstate of life than you. That's the puberty years. That's the years, the wonder years, if you will, where you're growing up and life is a little confusing because you're leaving the innocence of childhood behind. But you seem to have that spark of, I know what I think I want to do, and you've pursued it. How'd that land within you?
Well, I grew up in down in Manny, Louisiana. And about that time, we had the first ever health club open up. And I'd never even seen a health club in my life. And I walked in it the first time, and a good friend of mine, actually my partner, he's not anymore, but he used to be my partner in this business, Randy Seegers from down in Manny, opened the first health club in Manny. And when I walked in it, I'm telling you, and I'm not just blowing smoke here, I walked in it and said, "This is home."
Wow.
This is home for me. Like,
wow.
I could live here. Literally, I fell in love with it and never fell out of love with it.
Well, okay, so now that's a personal thing where you were using fitness to enhance your motorcycling. When did that transition into, like, you know what, the entrepreneur spirit? I think I want to own one of these. Take us through that.
Well, that was always my goal. It wasn't realistic at the time. Obviously, we had a lot more to do, but we jumped. My dad was in oil and gas business, and I wasn't really a fan of that business because it just didn't make a lot of sense to me at the time. Got a little bit dabbed in the convenience store business, had a nice run in that the whole time pursuing the health club. I bought my first health club. I actually bought the one from Randy Seegers, my old partner, when I was 20 years old, first health club.
Really?
Now, when I bought that, we did it for a while, and it was so old school, and we ended up selling that one. And then later in life, Randy and I opened another one when we just because we needed a place to work out.
So you bought the one in Manny. What was that called?
Family Fitness. Back in the day.
All right. So what was that? How many years ago was that? That was 20 to 30, right?
That was a long time.
Decades ago.
I was 20 years old. I'm 58.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for the math there. That's 38 years. So you've seen a lot of changes this industry.
Indeed.
So before we get into the nuances of and the philosophy of the All Hours Fitness model, hopefully we're here to encourage you to take that first step as well. And this man is here to help you, as well as the staff. People of influence in those early days and phases, because you know as well as I, being a parent, we can either encourage the youth or discourage the youth, either ignorantly. So when you propose to, let's say, your parents or your mentors that I'm going to buy this, were you encouraged, or did somebody say, you know what, you better think twice about that?
Well, I was very fortunate to have a father. My father's now passed, but at the time, I've never had or seen a better motivator than my dad. He was the definition of thinking big. And most people today do not think big. Their thought of thinking big is dramatically different than his. So, in today's world, if I really love fitness, I'd like to figure out a way I can make money at that, make a life out of that. Most people would say, well, I think I'll get my training certificate or start working at a gym. My dad said, why don't you go open 10 health clubs? That's how he thought. I mean, if you like classic cars, my dad wouldn't say go get you one and start fixing it up. He'd say go buy a dealership, and then maybe get 5 dealerships. He was the definition of thinking big. And my greatest failure in business is not thinking big enough, and I'm trying to correct that. I've been trying to correct it my whole career, and I'm still trying to correct it.
Right. Well, that's a valid point too. And I mean, this is for everybody, that life is always a work in progress and process. Talk to that as well, be it business models, be it fitness models, because the end game of what we're trying to do is to encourage that one person who's watching this to say, I know what I need to do. I just don't know if I can do it.
Well, that's a very valid point, and it's probably my pet peeve in this industry and really in life in general is take action. My sister is kind of a great example. I worked on her for 30 plus years to get in the gym because her lifestyle was just an unhealthy lifestyle. And, you want the people around you, the people that are most important in your life, to be there for a long time. I don't know a better way to be there for a long time than health and fitness. You can talk about all the longevity pills and magic solutions in the world, but there is no better longevity than health and fitness, treating your body right. And she would pull up to my club down in Manny, Louisiana for, I want to say, a month before she had the courage to get out of her vehicle and walk inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then once she walked inside and she was met by this group of people that just could not have been friendlier or more helpful, she kicked herself because it took her so long. My pet peeve is all the people out there maybe even listening or thinking that I need to do this and I want to do this, but I'm there. That's a room full of a bunch of super fit people, and I'm going to stand out like a sore thumb, and that is the exact opposite. And in my opinion, when you come into certainly one of my gyms, or any gym for that matter, the biggest and most fit person in the gym is probably the most helpful and wanting to help you. And they're not looking at you like, man, you're out of shape. What are you doing in here? They're looking at you. You've let yourself get out of shape and you've come to the right place. And how can we help you to get fit?
Well, and I think I talked to you the other day. I still get motivated by watching people that come in here for the first time. And, internally, I applaud them for doing that. And then I see them come back. And so, you got to take the first step. Then you take the second step. Next thing you know, you're into a pattern. And you're into a habit, and you're on your path. And you told me your sister is one of those people.
Absolutely. And her life changed. I mean, once she got in there and then she got addicted to health and fitness, it's a great thing to be addicted to, by the way. Her life changed. And it helped her not only physically, I mean, she lost all the weight she wanted to lose and she became really fit. Her mental game is where she got the most benefit. She went from letting any and everything bother her, and the smallest challenge would be massive. She would make it massive, even though it's not really a big problem. When she got her mind in this, and it just changed her life.
Mm-hmm.
So now, every challenge is just that, a challenge, and it's nothing that we can't get through. We'll get through it, and it's going to make us stronger on the other side.
Two things come to my mind talking with Walker Alford, the owner of All Hours Fitness, is fitness is not one size fits all. It's an individual personal. And two, my health plan, my healthcare plan is in my hands. Somehow that got transferred to an outside source, which we do appreciate those outside sources. But if I'm not taking personal responsibility, and then it's on me. And so I see you want to talk about that. Go.
Indeed. There's only one person that's responsible for your body, and it's not your doctor, it's yourself. So, I won't go too deep into this, but when we're born, we're given this perfect body. And it's kind of like when you got your driver's license, if you were given a car and somebody said, look, this is going to be the only car you get for the rest of your life, how are you going to treat that car? Are you going to wreck it? Are you going to demolish? You're going to take it through the mud? You're not going to change the oil? You're going to treat it like junk? Well, how would that car make it to the end of your life? It probably would not. It's the same idea with our body. We're given this perfect body when we're born, and our Lord and Savior says this is the only body that you're going to live this life in. How are you going to treat it? Golly, when you think about that, you like, okay, should I just absolutely destroy it, or should I take care of it? Because when you're young and your body can put up with a lot of stuff, it's different. When you get older, you're like, man, I wish I would have treated my body a little bit better, because now my car's wearing out, it won't go anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your body does the same thing. So if it's the only body you have to live in your whole life. So everyone's goal, I believe, is longevity. We want to, not only do we want to live a long time, but we want to live it healthy. It doesn't really matter if you live the last 30 years in a nursing home or your mind's out of it. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to, I want my last day to be on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in order to do that, the tools that we offer and what we provide will give you the best chance for that. And when it all comes down to it, it's not money, it's not power, it's none of that. It's happy. I want to live a happy life and preferably healthy, a healthy, happy life. I mean, to me, that's about as good as it gets.
Well, that's quality of life is what you're talking, and quantity. But that same Lord and Savior, I do believe, said, "Physician, heal thyself." And if you go back and read that very carefully, that pissed off a lot of people who he said it to. And I don't think we park on that verse much. So it is up to me. And I had another thought as you're talking, and I lost it. Bummer. Oh, I know what it was. This beautiful, perfect body of an infant. Even though I've neglected my body for 40 years, maybe 50 years, maybe 60 years, it is a miraculous body that what you can get somebody in here, no matter what stage, age, and phase, and you have the knowledge, you have some trainers here that have the knowledge that would take a person wherever they're at. And like, for example, the baby boomers are aging up, and now we have grandchildren, and we can't get off the couch. But yes, you can if you applied. Address that.
Well, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, I can tell you numerous examples of people who have destroyed their body for as long as I've known them, and then all of a sudden they had a wake-up call for what maybe they had a health issue where the doctor said, look, this is what you're going to have to do, or you're not going to be here much longer. And sometimes it takes that to wake them up. My goal is always, let's not let that happen. Let's prevent it. Let's start now. I mean, I have a 21-year-old that has been started. Like, you can't start early enough, but you're exactly right. A lot of people, 50, 60, 70 years old, it's never too late to start.
Never too late.
And your body is just this incredible machine. All it wants to do is live. And it's going to do any and everything it can to keep you alive. So your body, I mean, it's so much better than we give it credit for. And it's so much more capable than we'll ever use it for. So if you're 60 years old and you've never done a thing, you can change your life. Like, you can walk on the beach with a bathing suit and feel pretty darn confident. Mm-hmm. So I see it all the time. It's never too late. And you're right. We have some of the people we have here, as well as all of the All Hours Fitness. We have the best trainers that I know. We truly have the best trainers that I know. And the people that come in here, what a great place to spend your time. It's just a building full of a bunch of people that are just trying to improve themselves.
Well, and let's touch on that too, to maybe get that person off the couch and into the car and maybe sit in your parking lot for a week or two, but get through the front door. Even though this place may look a little intimidating, because I don't know what to do when I walk in here, and I am watching people at work working out, and there's the operative word, you got to do something. Is that, and the mirrors, nobody's really paying attention to you. So talk to the inner voice of those people are like, because that inner voice that's inside of us that are either encouraging us or discouraging us, we all got that.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. And that's the thing. Again, back to my sister, when she walked in there, she called me as a walker, like, this is nothing like I expected. Nothing. There's a lot of people in this building that are just like me. And that's the norm in my gyms, in this gym and every gym. That's the norm. The 1%ers are far and few between. The one I call the 1%ers, the guys with 6 to 9% body fat. I mean, those are exceptional people. and they're the most helpful people. But that's not the norm. The norm is you watching this. Like, we are just a bunch of people in here trying to make ourselves better. And the fittest guy in here could care less what you look like. And he's not looking at you, by the way, nor is anybody else.
Right.
So we have the mirrors here to watch you. You know, the purpose for the mirrors is to see your muscles work. In my mind, seeing that muscle work motivates you to do more and to do better. So I want people to see their progress. Because if you come in here and you do the stuff you're supposed to do, you're gonna get results. You're gonna get positive results. It's impossible not to. And if you go a little bit further, incorporate some decent eating, some nutrition in the mix, you can't believe what happens. Your life change. All of a sudden, your ankles quit hurting, your knees quit hurting. You know, have you ever talked to someone that lost 20 pounds? If you think that's not a big deal, walk around with a 20-pound dumbbell all day and see how you feel at the end of the day.
You didn't have to get personal on this, you know, man, but no, you're right. You're right. Walker Alford is our guest here, and he mentioned that he's 58 years old. So what are some of the things that you have either learned or unlearned from the Walker of 20 years old, from the Walker of 30 years old?
Well, that's a long answer, of course, but you know, I just continue to learn every day. And one of the ways I learn is from not only my members. You know, a gym owner, in my opinion, has to use his gym. He has to lead by example. And I watch these members and these trainers, and they use my gym, and I see what they want and they don't want, and what works better, and what, you know, if they need more space, if they need less space, whatever. You just constantly learn by any and everything around you. And of course, in my opinion, the best way to learn is failing. You know, I've failed many times, and I love talking to people that have been successful after failure, because they did it the wrong way and then they figured it out and they did it the right way. So anybody that starts at the top and works up don't have a lot for those people. I mean, congratulations, but you can't tell me a lot.
Right.
I like to know what you did wrong and what you did right. So what we've done wrong a lot is, like I said, the biggest mistake I've made is not thinking big enough. I mean, example, this gym. This is our third location in Ruston. First one was pretty small. Second one was a little bit bigger, but still pretty small. I mean, 6 months after I bought that second location, I figured out we didn't buy big enough. So then we come here, we buy this land, we build a 12,000 square foot building. I said, this will be all we ever need. Took about 6 months, and I figured out we didn't build it big enough.
Right.
So I've yet to learn, and I'm spending a lot of money in the back to try to fix this issue, and I'm doing this in many other locations as well. But if I could go back, and it's hard to do, especially when you don't have any money. You know, you're young, and you hadn't done a lot of stuff, and you go, you know, I'm building a 8,000 square foot gym. I really need a 20,000 square foot gym. That's the difference in, you know, 800,000 or 2.5 million. I don't have 2.5 million.
Right.
So should I bet the farm to take a gamble on what I think is going to happen? And it's you know, human nature is, no, I can't do that. You know, I can't do that. Looking back, I would go, yeah, let's go all in. It's going to be all or nothing, but easier said than done.
Right. Now, yesterday we talked, and he used these two words in the same sentence. He's a dinosaur and a unicorn. So what the heck does that mean? Because you are one of the few in the continental United States doing what you're doing.
Well, what I was referring to is there's not many people in my position in this business anymore, that a single owner that owns health clubs, a substantial number of health clubs in 2 states. And in the industry, All Hours Fitness is pretty well known, and we're a big attraction for vendors, people that sell the stuff we buy, mainly because most health clubs are franchises, for one. Every competitor I have in Ruston is a franchise. I'm the only one that is not. And everybody talks about being local and everything. Well, the people operating it are local, but the franchise, the original, the corporation is not. Right. There's nothing local about them, which is no problem. Doesn't matter to me, but I live here, you know, and I live in Louisiana, and I'm in Texas all the time. But when I say unicorn, I just don't know, and maybe one other person in the United States, and not that I know everybody that are in the situation. It's a single owner with multiple clubs. Because this day and age, it's just almost impossible. Like, if I had to start today and open 12 or 15 clubs, I just don't believe it would be possible. The money it would take to do it. So, we started with 1,600 square feet and then paid for it. And then we
Right.
moved it to 3,200 square feet. So you start small and build up.
Well, it sounds like an organic growth, and the same thing, the same principles apply, Walker, I would say, for personal fitness. Again, to the person who's like, I haven't been there in a while, I've never been there, take the first step and then write that one down, and then, watch your, keep writing down your progress and encourage yourself. Are you a believer in writing all that down? Talk about that, because that's your diary, that's your life story.
Indeed. And I will say another reason for failure for me, and I think it's probably the number one reason for failure for most people, is impatience. Nobody is patient enough. So we're in a fast food society, this new age group, not even the new age group, even older. We want it, and we want it by lunch. Back in your day and my day, if we wanted something, whether it be a car or a motorcycle or whatever, we start saving. We start working and saving.
Right.
And when we get enough, maybe we can get it. Well, the age group now is, I'll give you this quick example. My son now is 21, but when he was about 10, he wanted a toy. And I said, well, you need to save up for it. Trying to teach him how to save up and earn his own money to buy it. So he goes, okay, I'll start saving. So the next morning he wakes up and he comes to me. He goes, I'm ready for that toy now. And I said, well, you remember we had the conversation last night about you saving? He said, I did all night. I saved all night. So let's go get it. But that's the way they think now. Now, I want a new car and I want it by this afternoon, and I want to be fit, and I'd really like to have it by Friday because I got a beach trip. That's not the way health and fitness works. So you've got to incorporate some patience, and you got to realize you're going to come in here today and work really, really hard, and you're going to go home and not see any difference. But then you just do it again tomorrow, and then you do it the next day, and you just stay consistent. There's two words: consistency and discipline. That is the recipe for results in health and fitness. So you can talk to anybody that's done it, and they're going to tell you that they got discouraged, but they didn't stop. They got discouraged again, they didn't stop. And then all of a sudden they walk up one day, and then or they go buy a new pair of pants or something, and all of a sudden their regular size is too big. And that is a great feeling.
Right.
So
right.
They're sitting here going, I don't really see it, because they're looking in the mirror every day. Other people may see it, they may not see it. And all of a sudden the pants don't lie. Like, these are always snug and now they're loose. That's a game changer. So it works, it can't not work. Nobody is this weird creature that fitness doesn't work with them. It works with everybody.
Well, you brought up earlier the Lord and Savior. I call him an organic gardener. We forget about the seed time and harvest principle.
Boom.
That, and people who do gardening, you don't throw the seed in the soil and expect tomatoes tomorrow. But for some reason, we forget that. And the same principles apply for somebody going from a goal of maybe losing 20 pounds and getting fitter to not having that goal of doing nothing and gaining those 20 pounds, and we don't even make that association. The same principle applies.
No, you're exactly right. I could just sit here and tell you about so many people. One person comes to mind, a really good friend of mine, and he's struggling right now with a mother that's having some serious health problems. But this guy is a testament. Like, I stayed on him forever. He was very fit at one time, and then he let himself go, and he got this big belly, and he hated it. He's got a great family, a great wife, great kids, and he made up his mind one day, and I pushed him, and I sent a lot of messages to him constantly, and he has taken it to such a higher level. Not only did he lose the weight, he went a lot further. This guy you would not recognize. He went from a pot belly to ripped abs and everything else. Just a complete success story. And he will tell you that his life dramatically changed. Emotionally, mentally, physically, his family, everything got better. And he had enough. He just had enough of what he was looking at. And he made up the mind. He never turned back. And man, I couldn't be more proud of him. But there's so many people that have done that. And I love to hear from those people. We love to push those people and advertise those people. For anybody to lose 20 to 50 pounds is like pretty incredible.
Right.
And that's going to change their life. They're going to get off of medication. It's our goal. It's been my goal from day one at All Hours Fitness. We don't I mean, this going to sound like an advertisement. I truly don't do this for money. I do it to help people. I've gotten to the point in my life, I want to see people help. I want to use our tools to make people's lives better. And I know, I'm old enough now, I know money doesn't make your life better.
No.
Health and fitness, really good health and fitness makes your life better. It's a game changer. And when it's all said and done, money is way down the list. Mm-hmm. So we're to the point now where I'm trying to build something that's going to be here well after I'm gone. And we can keep changing lives. We can over-deliver. Every club I have is in a rural area, every one of them, all 13 of them. I love rural areas because they don't get what the big city areas get. I'm putting big city gyms in Manny, Louisiana, 2,500 people. Mm-hmm. And those people need it and deserve it. And I'm going to deliver it for them. And I'm going to over-deliver it. I'm not going to just build him a little place. I'm going to over-deliver. And because it gives that person the best chance to live a great life. And it truly, we're at that point right now. I'm doing this here at this club. We're doubling the size of this facility. Not because I'm trying to make more money, because these members deserve a bigger, better place.
Well, that reminds me of the story. I've been in this market here 40 years, and the gentleman that started all the Taco Bells, Jim Dool, he literally in West Monroe had to build another Taco Bell like 3 or 4 blocks, maybe a quarter of a mile away from where one was on Thomas Road. He says, I had to do that because my customers were overcrowding the one place. And so that's what it sounds like is what's happening. So what are you doing out back?
Smart guy.
Yeah, I know.
People don't think that way anymore. I love that big thinking. I love the thinking of Buc-ee's. You know, the owner of Buc-ee's is out, he's standing out in front of his big, huge Buc-ee's going, not big enough. and he's right. It's not big enough. So he's the definition of thinking big in my mind.
Right.
So what we're doing here in Ruston, and my family and I've lived in this area now. We actually live in Shudrint for 2.5 years or so. And I love all the areas that I have gyms, but this area is special. Like we really, really like, we're golfers, so we play golf here, but we love this area. And the best thing about this club is the members. It's not even close. Biggest asset by far that we have, not only at this club, but all clubs. Our membership is just, you've seen it in the morning.
Oh, I have seen it.
It is exceptional. And I look forward to showing up here every morning to see these people. I really, really do. They're super, super great people. So, it's, in the morning, it's not, when you're here, it's not terrible. It's not terribly crowded, but if you come at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you'd probably walk in and turn around and walk out. And after about 5 times of me doing that, I was like, this gym has got to get bigger. And it's a college crowd, and they love that. But I also have to make it available for you,
right?
Because you're not walking in at 5 o'clock,
right?
So we bought all the land behind us. We built a building a little bigger than this one, and we're just expanding, and we're adding more of the same. Recovery now in health and fitness is huge, and we are diving deep in recovery. We've learned that, not only people need to work out and exercise, but they also want to feel good. And most people have learned now that appeal is not necessarily the way you want to feel good. You really want to feel good naturally. Mm-hmm. So the recovery we offer in our clubs now will do that, will dramatically help with that. Red light therapy, hydro massages, cryo lounges, hot tub saunas, all that stuff, which we're all going to have here, and we have in most All Hours Fitness. It's a natural way to make your body feel good. And there's no budget for feeling good. People will do anything to feel good.
Right. Another thing too is you brought up a manager on site as opposed to a corporation on Wall Street. The difference is that brought a memory of Tom Peters. He wrote a book back in the 80s, In Search of Excellence, and it's MBWA, which stands for Management by Walking Around, or I could say Management by Walker Around. And so you're here, and I know you traveled to your other facilities, and you just replaced a whole bunch of equipment. Why would you ever do that? And the old equipment worked. It still worked for me, but it ain't here anymore. You got new equipment.
That's right. And that's pretty much my part of the job at All Hours Fitness. All I'm doing every day, all day is upgrading. So I believe that when people are coming to a club, a health club, and I've experienced this personally, and you're paying your dues every month, whether it be, $20 a month or $100 a month, you expect to see something for that money. And a lot of clubs, the norm in the club business is when it opens, you have what you have, and 20 years from then, you still have what you have. And the problem is a lot of that stuff will have out of order signs on it, and they don't have a means of fixing it. Mm-hmm. So one of my goals when we went into this business is no out of order signs. I can't stand them. They keep me up at night. Mm-hmm. Don't want them if I can prevent them, which we pretty much managed to do. So by doing that, I just like the cardio, I change it out every 5 years, because when we buy it, it's got a 5-year warranty on it. So my goal is I don't want any cardio that doesn't have a warranty on it. So because of that, all the members get really good stuff all the time. And the cardio that we have in our clubs is the Ferrari of cardio. Like, it's as good as you can buy. So the strength, nobody in this business changes strength out. Well, 2 weeks ago, we changed the bulk of our strength out. The way I looked at it on this club, there was nothing wrong with the old, right. Like you said, nothing wrong with it. But I'm doing this big remodel, and I completely want to over deliver. So if you buy a new car, you don't go put old tires on it. So I said, if we're going to do this thing new, let's do this one new. So we're going to give them 2 brand new clubs. And you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see what's coming. We've got about 30% of it changed out to new, but the rest is getting changed out as well. We can't change this stuff until we start knocking walls down and get a little bit closer to the addition opening. But this you will not recognize this gym. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do this same model in 6 other locations. So it takes time and effort, but we're going to do them.
You know, you got to be encouraged, and I'm encouraged too. You mentioned about coming in at 5 o'clock, and yeah, we're in a college town, we're in a high school town, and this place is crowded. So go back to your 14-year-old, you know, there's a lot of young people working out, male and female, and you know, we get this, I guess, corporate mental image of just obesity, which is very real, and it's an epidemic.
Yes.
But at the same time, there's this other vibe going out there of people who are actually practicing what you're preaching. All ages, all colors, all creeds.
For sure. And the one thing I'm most encouraged about, and I'm kind of in tune with that age group, because my son spends every day with me learning this business, just turned 21. I'm kind of in tune to that age group now because of him. And what I'm seeing from that age group is, the word I used is efficient. They're very efficient. So like, he's to the point, and he and his friends are to the point, is they know they work hard for their money. They don't want to waste their money. Back in the day, in my day, everybody was drinking beer and doing all this stuff, going to parties, going to bars. Not what I'm seeing for the most part these days.
Right.
Like, they like the good life. They want a good life, and they want to do what it takes to get it. So they don't want to go waste their money. They want to get the most out of their money, and they don't like the idea of the cost of an ER visit. So in their mind, you know, I can get a $30 membership and probably prevent an ER visit. And it's more about, and by the way, I can probably look pretty good in the process. Everybody still wants to look good. I mean, you can't take that off. So what I'm seeing, in my opinion, the pie in this business has gotten bigger. I believe the pie has gotten bigger, and I believe it's because of the young people, because this new age group believes in exercise. And maybe their parents taught them, I don't know, but I see them here. And even at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, even the college crowd, they're pretty serious. Like, they're still college students, but they're pretty serious about their workouts. And there's some pretty serious humans that come in here. I mean, they've worked on their body for a long time. So I love seeing it. I love seeing my gyms busier than the bars. And I believe this new age group. And then, of course, when your kids do it, the parents see the kids do it. And then that probably helps the parents. But our clientele is enormous. There is such
diverse.
And diverse. Like you said, the obesity is real, and especially in our state, Louisiana, it's probably the highest in the nation. And there's so many people that we need to help, that need to come in these facilities, whether it be this one or any other. Just start taking baby steps.
Exactly right. Walker, Alford, I'm going to close with this one. This is a quote that inspired me through my life, and may it be an inspiration to whomever is watching this now and or later, and you can close it. This is going to be geared toward that person who, whether you're 40 years old, 60 years old, 16 years old, you got to start somewhere. And it comes from the German philosopher Goethe. until one is committed, there's hesitancy, a chance to draw back. We all know that. The voices in our head, you know, the cartoons that I grew up with Bugs Bunny, and you had the angel on this shoulder and you had the voice on that shoulder.
Indeed.
They're real. They are very
Indeed.
real. So you got to pay attention to the one that's encouraging you.
That's right.
Concerning all acts of initiative and creating, and I might even add working out, there is one elementary truth that ignorance, oh, by the way, you were talking about your competition. I would say your main competition is ignorance of
Yes.
the masses.
Yes.
And so hopefully, and to that point, I know you and your staff are willing, ready, and able to answer all questions. So if you have a question, please direct it. Ignorance will kill the countless ideas and splendid plans of either opening a facility by one and growing to 12, 13, and more, and who knows where. At the moment that one definitely commits oneself, providence, there you go, that Lord and Savior, if you want to say that, moves to. All sorts of things occur to help one that never otherwise would have occurred. And this is one of my favorite. Maybe you can think, a whole stream of events issues from the decision raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents. You've got to have some of those unforeseen incidents, unforeseen meetings, and material assistance which no one could have dreamt would have come his way or your way. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. And I love this, boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. How's that resonate?
That just on point is all I can say. You can ask any manager that I have, any one of our All Hours Fitness staff, incredible people. The one word that they're going to hear from me more than anything is take action. I would rather you take action and get it wrong than do nothing. And the only thing that doesn't work for us is doing nothing. And that's not only our staff and working, but it's our membership. Like, the only thing that doesn't work is doing nothing. So if you're sitting at home and you know you need it, my advice is take action. Don't wait till tomorrow, don't wait till Monday, take action. And I don't care if it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes is better than zero. And just start making that change, and then it's going to get addictive, and then your life changes. And everybody around your life change.
Well, what you're also saying is, like a lot of folks, and I'm guilty of this, it is the, paralysis by analysis.
Yes.
And don't wait to make the right decision. Make the decision and make it right.
Just do it, man. I mean, you know, I see you in here a lot. You know, we've kind of gone around the gym, and everything I sort of show you, just in passing, you seem to love it, and I see you incorporating it, and it works. Like, so, you know, people do that to me. Like, hey, have you tried this? We do it. I mean, and it works. So there's never a problem. Look, my low stomach, my low abs just need work. What can I do? Yeah, look, come over here. Let me show you.
That's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what I did. So, I mean, it's just, I think we call it a family. I mean, we truly do. Not only our group that run this company, we definitely call that a family, but we call our membership a family. We really do. And I mean, we see the same people. There's most of these members I see way more than any of my family members. I consider them family. I really do. So it's just a great environment. It's just something, life is too short not to include this in your life.
Sure.
It's just too good.
So if you have any questions, I guess the best thing would be a website.
Allhoursfitness.com. We've got a pretty detailed website. You can go virtually and see any of the clubs. But man, everybody's welcome. There's not any clientele that's not welcome. We don't push for one person more than the other. We don't want the super fit or the super unhealthy. We want them all. And we have something for all of them. And whether it be to lose 5 pounds or gain 5 pounds, or 15 or 20 pounds, whatever, you know, we have the best trainers. We can help you. Our equipment is the best that you can buy. And we believe our facilities are really good, and it's for, you know, the prices, you know, I made this mental note yesterday. My son and I went to eat lunch yesterday while we were working, and we got 2 baked potatoes and 2 waters, and the price for that was what I charged for a month. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for All Hours Fitness.
Well, to that point, I think I saw on the website 100% satisfaction guaranteed. What does that mean?
Well, we don't want you if you're not happy.
Right.
I mean, you don't need to be here. I mean, if we're a great fit for you, we'd love to have you. If not, no problem. So pretty easy. We're here, like we're here. You can talk to us. You can talk to me. You can talk to Trey and Tara, whoever. We're here for you.
I see what you did there. If you notice, if you don't fit here, all hours fitness. Okay. Walker, man, I appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.